Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to our channel. If you are on YouTube, make sure to click the notification bell and leave a like if you liked the video. If you are currently looking for graduate jobs, head over to our website and start applying today. That's www.givingradago.com.
Working at?
My name is Darryn Matthysen and I'm an International Communications Intern at an NGO known as Education for Nature Vietnam, or ENV for short. And basically we deal with things in the illegal wildlife trade, the illegal wildlife crime. Being in Vietnam, it's kind of the hub for Southeast Asia, for like animal trafficking throughout Asia and throughout Southeast Asia. So busy on a daily basis dealing with things ranging from poaching of animals, the trafficking of animals, animals being kept as pets, all types of wildlife crime. So that is what we have been busy dealing with throughout the past few years.
Role today?
So I studied at Stellenbosch University in South Africa, and for my undergraduate I studied international studies, and for my postgraduate I ended up doing international relations. And I would say definitely a degree does help you in this field, especially to get a job in this field. It's something that opens up a lot of doors, a lot of key areas and different types of jobs. And I think for this particular job, dealing with communication, with the social media aspect, a degree definitely does help you in this field.
Role?
In short, no, I don't think a master's degree is required. I do think it would help you though, for sure. It would be great on your CV. But for me, I think that an undergraduate, just to get your foot into the door of an NGO, and from there it's all about experience. So I think just working your way up through that NGO, just trying to learn as much as you can from the people around you, that's only going to be beneficial to you in the long run. So for me, it's all about experience. Although a master's degree would help you, I don't think it's essential.
Killer role?
So I grew up in South Africa. I'm South African and I grew up around nature and the outdoors, around the bush as we call it. And from a young age I've been so passionate about wildlife, and then that's grown into wildlife conservation, especially with things like rhino poaching, etc. And I thought this opportunity in Vietnam, with Vietnam being such a hub for trafficking and for the illegal wildlife trade and illegal wildlife crime, thought it was the perfect opportunity to try get into this field, try and make a difference in the conservation section and the conservation field. And I just thought this role was perfect in my way to give back. So throughout this past year, obviously we know COVID-19 has affected pretty much everything, and so for the past few months we've been working at home in Vietnam. So each day varies. It kind of depends on the task that we have to do for that day, so we take it week by week. But get up in the morning and normally there's a whole bunch of social media posting to do, some documents to edit from our wildlife crime unit, donors to contact through email just to update them on a regular basis, and also fundraising, so setting up fundraising campaigns, trying to get some donations, some prizes through different companies for our fundraising campaigns. It varies from week to week, but that's the gist of it. That's the main few things that we focus on a day-to-day basis.
Three words.
Rewarding, definitely, number one. And then I would say shocking in terms of what we see each week in terms of how animals are abused and how humans can abuse animals. And then fun. Best part about my job is definitely when we rescue an animal and when we release it either back into the wild or into a rescue, like a wildlife rescue center, where it has pretty much everything that it needs. Because you can see visibly beforehand when the animal is in a cage or just in captivity, it's really, really sad. It's quite cruel. It's very cruel, and just it's rewarding to kind of release it from that situation and give it a bit of hope.
Your job.
Definitely throughout the past year would be COVID-19. Just coming between a lot of things, like obviously you can't go to the office, communication, just in-person communication, things like that, and also content, because Vietnam was so locked down basically throughout the past year. In a good way, wildlife crime hasn't really been reported, but it's kind of taken away from our social media aspect of things. So just trying to come up with content for our audience, for our donors. Yeah. So I'm very grateful that I've got this experience in an NGO, in this environment. I mean, I've learned the communication side of things, I've learned social media, how to deal with various donors and fundraising events. So I'm going to use this experience to travel to different places now, and obviously try and help with wildlife conservation wherever I go next. So hopefully I can continue in the NGO field, work my way up through different organizations, and ultimately maybe end up at a big one like the World Health Organization or Fauna and Flora, or even the WWF. Yeah, just grateful for the experiences that I've had so far.
If you enjoyed this video and want to share your graduate career with us for the chance to win £300, click the link in this video's description on YouTube and follow the instructions to submit your entry today.